Here we are on the 16th day of Spooky Month, and today's prompt is Blunder. This prompt was a bit more vague and thus left a lot more open to interpretation. And in the end, one particular phrase came to mind. Like a bull in a china shop. And I thought, bull, minotaur, bingo. So I began painting this minotaur who's found himself in a china shop. And we're here already in the aftermath of his blunder. Was it an accident? Or a deliberate attack on the shop that went wrong? Either way, he is now lying in the wreckage of several vases, cups, plates and more. I drew a minotaur a couple of years ago. For Spooky Month as well, funnily enough. But I think this one came out a bit better. Small detail, but last time I gave him fully human hands. This time I went for a more hand and hoof hybrid. The thing that I think I've improved on over the course of this last year are the expressions and poses, trying to steer clear of stiff or standard posing to make something a bit more interesting. For this guy, he's down on the ground, a hand to his dazed head as his face shows utter dizziness and disorientation. My next goal to improve on is undoubtedly perspective. I'm fine with 1-point perspective and some simple 2-point perspective paintings, but a lot of my paintings focused and still focus on very simple backgrounds, like a forest where the horizon is obscured by trees, or a shoreline where you're only focusing on one small section of the landscape. But anything more than that is daunting. And when something in art is daunting, that doesn't mean you shy away from it. That doesn't mean you stick to your comfort zone. That means you break out of it, tackle it head on. As an artist, I want to master as many of the disciplines of art as I can. My main wheelhouse is digital art, and likely will remain so. But I've also done traditional art, mostly pencil, 3D modeling, and animation among other things. I haven't actually shared any of these other areas on here aside from animation. Perhaps one day I will though, but each of those different areas came with their own learning curve and skill sets. On here there's a wealth of tutorials and other learning materials, and sometimes the best thing is just diving in head first and giving it a go. Just seeing what you can do is a really fun experience. If there's a hobby you've been holding back on out of fear of failing, just try it. Never fear your mistakes as long as you use them as a means to learn. I've got artworks I've looked back on and thought, that's a piece of crap. But that's fine as long as the next thing I do is say, right, next time I'll do this or try that. I'll look up a tutorial or I'll plan out my sketches better. Anyway, enough of my babbling. Looks like we're done. I have a Discord for folks to chat and share their art, and I have a Ko-Fi if you'd like to support what I do. And if you're looking for more art, the YouTube algorithm thinks you might like this video. Check it out and see what you think. Catch you in the next one!